Hey everybody, welcome back to another recap of White Roots here on the Patreon, here on the page.
Yes, with the first 15 minutes on YouTube.
Yes, I know you all are very sticklers with titlings and things, so I'm just going to just title everything from now on the way it's listed in the program, so there's no confusion as to episode numbers on any program that we cover. Good? Good. Anywho, let's dive into episode 503. Remember, the last two episodes were very, very intense. More so 502 than 501.
Mm-hmm.
Where Serena gave, the biggest FU to Elizabeth Scientology.
And then they showed it in the recap. And that bitch was like,
Yeah. With the extra clip, because that wasn't it, though. That wasn't it.
I was like, no, wait a minute.
Yeah. So, we're back in present time. So, June is sitting at home in her boots, which, by the way, that was an outfit choice. Choices were made for her to go to the ballet.
She don't care about nothing right now.
I know, but I'm just saying that was, Barack Obama couldn't, be like, girl, the boots aren't, whatever.
Mm-mm.
So she's sitting thinking about her black baby, Hannah, a vision special. She has a lot of visions this season, And she keeps wondering about the color that Hannah was wearing.
We should start calling her That's So June.
That's so Alfred.
It's as awful as can be.
That's so Alfred.
She's gonna get her black baby.
Right. So she keeps wondering about this color that Hannah was wearing because, everything in Gilead is color coded like a red McNally net map. So she was like, what does this purple lavender mean? Is she in recovery? Because, that's what I thought.
I know you.
If
you know, you know. XD is convinced that purple is a recovery color.
It is. Look at pictures of Betty Ford and you tell me what color she
All
was.
right. So what happened next?
So Pusey, because I'm not calling her Moira because there's no black people.
Because
named
why
Moira.
would they name her that in this show? Whose call was that?
Right. And I guess that's from the book, but
Let's call her Tisha, so that we don't. What is it? What do actors hate when they get put into one character? What's it called again?
Typecasted.
Typecasted. So let's call her Tisha. That's what her name should have been.
Okay. Well, I don't know, because June don't look like she would have a friend named Tisha.
Yeah, but it's always the bitch named like Latanya, and then she goes to an Ivy League. Her parents are hood, but she made it out.
On a Rhodes Scholar.
Exactly. Yeah. So then you got a white girlfriend who's like, oh yeah, my best friend Tisha.
Yeah. Or Keisha, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's fine. So, because June is all upset or whatever, Keisha.
Yeah, there you go. Make Keisha great again. It's not coming with us in the future. We've got to keep things where they are.
Yeah, we have to restore the natural order of things. Bring back Keisha's and LaToya's.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? Name all of us. Middle name's Nicole. You know what I'm saying?
So, Keisha was holding out on them about this refugee group down at the border that can send messages back and forth.
It's not funny.
And that's so Alfred is like,
what
bitch, why didn't you tell me?
Bitch, how long you known this? She's like, the whole time. She's like, I wouldn't tell your ass nothing. You lost it You motherfucking lost it. You gonna ruin shit. So I wasn't telling you shit. You wasn't in your right mind, bitch. And I don't feel bad.
Because she goes so damn rogue, and it's like, and as we see why they ain't tell her shit, because she ends, well, you'll see as we go on this journey, right? So we learn that it's a no penis allowed, well, no men allowed thing. Mm-hmm. Understandable, because it's literally women helping women get out of this horrible situation out of Gilead. I can't imagine why there would be men there.
Yeah, like we can't because we see what happened when a nigga rolled up. I was washing dishes, I was like,
Connor was shook.
Okay, he's like, goddamn bitch, I'm on the right side of things, but I'm getting out of here.
Right. So, Poussey, Keisha, and That's So Offred get in the avalanche and ride up to this border where they meet this lady.
Yeah.
Which I thought was super, super powerful in this moment. Because normally I take this show with a grain of salt. But I was like, they were doing some acting down in this episode.
Well, I'm going to tell you why it's a little more impactful this go around. Or all the go rounds. Obviously, women are not respected, period, worldwide. We see the direction that this country is going in, and we see what's happening also in Iran and Iran. I'm saying it right. Iran. And how, I don't want to sound like a Bush. And if we look at history, how literally 50 years ago is when their revolution happened. And before that, before niggas came and ruined shit, they were free women. They dressed how they wanted. They had a good time. They were members of society. And then their revolution happened, and that's when the hijabs came into place, freedoms were taken away, and we see what the direction that is happening in this country with that. And so that's why this was even more impactful during this time. But continue on.
Right. So they meet up with this woman at the border. I didn't catch her name.
I didn't either.
But this is like the main leader of the efforts to go back. She's like the liaison between the refugee rogue baddies and the people in USA, Canada.
Thought it was June Tubman. It's actually this bitch. Yeah. She's still doing the work.
Exactly, because June just left.
And, June said, Canada, I held thee. Maple syrup.
Okay. I ain't marching for nobody. So, the lady was like, because they were just like, who the fuck are you? And she was like, actually, June, you saved me and a whole bunch of kids. So in season 3,
yes,
is when they had this whole exchange program when they got the all the people that killed Commander Waterford were exchanged and got out. Out of like a government type of exchange thing. Mm-hmm. And so June led that charge. So they end up going further into the woods, but we'll get back to them in a minute. So, back in hell, Serena and Mark Tuello are discussing things. It's after the fume, the spectacle. And Mark Tuello acknowledges that this was a production that you put on and that you sent a message.
And she
like
goes,
he wasn't...
I want to put on for my city, but also... Because he goes... They continue to talk.
Yeah. Now... I know in our Patreon, a lot of you or Discord have discussed that Serena and Mark Tuello, like that's Mark Tuello's baby.
Remember I asked you if they had a thing.
I don't remember that, but like you, I've tried to block out a lot of this show.
I think we would remember a Mark Tuello and Serena sex scene, but I do remember that they have had an interesting dynamic, tension, and energy between the two of them since they came into contact.
Yeah, because Serena, while they chat, and Serena's like, you need to leave because the Martha's about to come in and I don't want them to get any ideas that there's some hootenanny going on.
Some fornicating.
Yeah, so fucking. So the back to the refugee mission. So June Poussey and this other lady that I don't, refugee queen number 1. I don't know. We need to. Why didn't they didn't even put her name in the closed caption? Because I watched this in closed caption because the whole show was dark and quiet. So I have to turn the brightness up all the way up on my television.
All the fucking way. I told you everything is dark. Everything.
Yeah, everything is dark. It's so quiet. My TV's on 50 and because I'd be like, damn, am I like losing my senses or something?
Yeah,
but
they make you feel like that when you're watching Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, and I get it for effect, but damn. It's bright in Canada. Shit.
Right. They got sun and it gleams off the snow. So what are y'all doing?
Make it happen. So they go out and drive out. They get in the Pontiac Avalanche and they ride out to like the deep, deep woods where like, have you ever heard of the game Far Cry?
No, but that sounds like something niggas shouldn't play.
You're right. Because in one of the, except for Far Cry 6, Giancarlo Esposito's in it, and he plays like the president of like Cuba.
Wait, this is a movie? It's not a video game?
It's a video game, but they got actors in video games.
Oh, that's true. They do the voices and shit.
Mm-hmm. But in Far Cry 5, it's set in like rural Montana, and it's about a cult leader. So like, yeah, it's really like some gather your guns and blah blah blah, like all of that kind of. That's where it looks like they travel to, deep in the sticks, where hillbillies about. They spell their names with numbers. Like it's a lot,
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So when they get to the cabin, they realize it's a network of all the baddies they've helped out along the way.
Who are continuing to do the work.
Mm-hmm. This Operation Mayday, which is super dangerous, necessary, but dangerous, of getting handmaids and other folks from Gilead to this free territory and all the way to so they can seek asylum in America, Canada.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know why they don't talk about that often, America, Canada, because it's like, because they're like the Americans of Canada. It's like, but there is no more America.
No,
it's like
I think
the people that live.
I think, like, you remember when all them white women was standing in front of niggas in Portland? I think that it's like that, maybe, like some. Because remember when they were in Chicago, was Chicago considered part of Gilead or?
It was Gilead, because remember that's when we lost Janine. Because remember that's when
that's true.
Yeah, they had to hide out and they had the guy who was trying to take advantage of Janine, but that was all in Chicago and they got captured.
Well, I think like certain states are still considered America and they're not a part of Gilead. Like once shit was finalized and all that. That's what I'm gathering from them referencing America or Americans. I feel like certain states were sanctioned as Gilead and then other ones were considered,
American territory.
Yeah.
Got it.
I just don't know what that is specifically.
Right. Well, June sees the work that Mayday is doing and she feels validated. She's like, yes, we are doing the work. Yes, women, all that.
Okay, girl.
Right. So,
Let's see there.
anywho, back in Gilead.
If for whatever god awful reason you want more Jade and XD, make sure you subscribe to us on Patreon.